Hi folks, on Big on Wine this week, a fresh and fruity Riesling from the chilly part of Chile, coming right up. Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Big on Wine, the show that brings you news, clues and reviews about, yes, everything in the world of wine. And hey, if you're new here, why not consider subscribing? My wine of the week for this week is indeed from Chile and from a rather dry and cool area of Chile, and it's this one here. It's Mayu Riesling and the vintage is 2017. And this one comes in where I am for just under €12 a bottle. Okay, so we're talking about a young Riesling here from Valle de Elqui, which is an inland valley about 100 kilometers or so inland from the port city of La Serena. And of course, the Valle de Elqui is also home to pisco brandy, which is another Chilean speciality. So we're talking about a wine region here which is cool and is at the southern end of the Atacama Desert, in fact, and it's also extremely dry. Now this wine is 100% Riesling and has about 6 grams of residual sugar. So we're talking about a young, dry wine, 12.5% alcohol, so fairly standard in that respect. Okay, let's have a look at the colour of the wine, and as we can see, it is in fact rather an attractive light yellow in colour, so it does have a reasonable amount of colour, this wine. Very nice golden yellow colour there. Okay, in the nose, this is a young wine, of course, harvested in the early part of 2017. It has a very, very pleasant, fruity aroma in the nose. I'm getting a touch of citrus, but also perhaps some hints of apple in the nose there as well. Very pleasant. Also something fairly unusual. Could it be almost like a rhubarb pie? You know that aroma that comes off a rhubarb pie? So very pleasant. Citrus, a little apple, a little bit of rhubarb even. Okay, let's have a try of this in the mouth and see what we get. Now that is surprisingly good for the money. Now we're talking under €12 a bottle for a young wine, 2017 vintage. This already has some very nice ripe fruit in it, so it's not dominated by those kind of young citrusy acids at all. I'm getting even a touch of peach in there as well, red apple, citrus, yes, and that very, very unusual kind of rhubarb flavour to it as well, which is very, very strange and exotic in a Riesling like this, but very pleasant indeed. Okay, it has very good acid. It's not aggressive. It's just enough to get the juices flowing extremely nicely. So this wine here falls into the category of crisp, fruity, young, fresh, refreshing, but also has some unusually mature ripe fruit flavours in it as well. Very good, excellent wine for the money, I would say. Okay, now what is this going to be good with? Well, I think we're talking here maybe veggie food. Asparagus, I think, would be an excellent accompaniment to this wine here. This would work extremely well, I think, with Chinese or Thai food as well. As long as it's not too spicy, it would work very well with that. and I think chicken and pork would also naturally go very well with it. Now you want to be serving this young Riesling around about the 10 or 11 degree mark. Okay, let's bring you the heads up on this one. We're talking here Mayu Riesling from the Elqui Valley in the north of Chile. The vintage is 2017. Young, crisp, fruity, but ripe fruits in there with a touch of residual sugar at a very attractive price, under €12 where I am. I'm going to give this wine 4 stars out of 5. Okay folks, if you've enjoyed this little introduction to the Mayu Riesling, an excellent budget option it is, then please do feel free to give us a big thumbs up. And of course, you know, you can always subscribe by hitting that big red button up there in the top left-hand corner of your screens. I'll be back again next week with another great wine of the week. But until then, this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, be good, take care of each other, enjoy your wines, and cheers.